Yeah, let's start off. Let's say, I suppose, good morning, good evening, good everything. Let me add some light. Let's see if we can add some light. Maybe that helps out. All right, so here's my P&L, 1.7 million. It got up to 2.28 million. And here's a bit of the progress, 1.2 million. And I started off, there's a time and date stamp. And I started off here. Okay, it's just a full screenshot. So it's not like what guys like to do is just kind of bomb chats with this. Like this, I don't want to say moron, but I'm pretty sure he is a moron because he really get irritating people in the world. And this guy somehow found me. So this dude and I have been getting a little bit apprehensive. He says that he's the boss because he made 220%, which is basically, I think, 4 times whatever you put in. But when guys share this crap, they could be putting in like $50. So it's such a waste of time because it's not clear as to how big the position size is. So don't even waste my time with this. And a lot of people have tried in the past. So I replied to him and I said, cool, yeah, he has 2.28 million. But the difference is that I actually send the whole screen, including the time and date. So this is the correct way to do it because this literally means bullshit. I mean, you can have $10 here and you walk away with $22 or whatever that transpires to be. A good job. But this is what you should be sharing, guys. Okay, so why am I exhausted? Well, it's quite a few things I actually want to cover. One thing of that is I'm sitting in a positive position. Now, a losing position takes up a lot of your energy. It sucks. Sorry about this breaking up my face into whatever the image is, but this is necessary. And I don't think you guys like my face that much anyway. So whatever. And so a losing position is exhausting because you are dealing with short breaths and a contracted stomach, and you're obsessing with what's happening on the price. A winning position is equally as exhausting, and I am exhausted. Why am I exhausted? Well, even though I read this contract out to myself a number of times, I actually want to show you guys what it looks like. So I made this contract with myself. I'm not sure if everyone has had a look at that episode. By the way, this is not perfect AI edits and glitzy TikTok glamour and captions and crap. This is real life stuff. So if my lowered tone voice and all of this isn't to your liking, back to social media for you. For the guys who are serious, let's go forward. That's just me kind of consolidating myself, going, you need to do better. But actually, I don't want to do better. In the age of AI, I want to come across as authentic, as human, and as someone that's actually taking action on the field. It's not just all talk for me. All right, so I made this contract for myself based off of this. In here, there's something that I did, and I got really raw, and I wrote down who is the loser, like what is the guy that loses, and all the attributes that contributed to that. One of them was being obsessive, and that is checking the charts too much, and so on. So I've not bettered this. I'm still in here. I'm still doing this, and like it's the only thing I've been able to think about. I've woken up in a panic, wondering if my position was still open, if I was still profitable, if I should close it, and all of that exhausting stuff. And I've been really tight about it, and I contracted and wondering how could the likes of myself pull myself out of the situation so that I can get used to 1.6 million being on the P&L, and so on. And so what I did to help with that was I created this contract with myself. Because why a contract? Well, just saying I should follow the rules landed up not fucking working for me long term. I shoulda, woulda, I coulda, you just should all over yourself. So I said, enough of that bullshit. Let's get into contractual stuff. Even if it is with myself, then why not? Because you don't want to do a contract with your wife or your partner. They will hold that shit against you. So do it with yourself. All right. So I, Blano of MTOPS, hereby commit to upholding the following principles and practices of a disciplined and strategic trader. This contract serves as a binding agreement with myself to foster sustainable trading habits that promote long-term success and personal growth in the financial markets. Now, just reading that opening just puts my shoulders immediately at rest, because like watching price action and being overly reactive to it and doubting my previous decisions and all that kind of stuff, it just goes to the background, and then I'm into a better state immediately. So the section 1 is the approach. I will approach. Okay, so each section has a subsection like balanced, strategist, calm, and prepared. That's just kind of like the section heading. So I'm going to ignore those and just get into the body of it. So section 1 is the approach. I'll approach trading with a balanced, humbled, long-term focus. Okay, so immediately, again, I can feel like my neck releasing, my shoulders chilling out, being more realistic when it comes to the view of the markets, understanding what there are periods of inactivity. So like right now, that's that, right? It's kind of chilling out. Like I don't like stressed because price action isn't increasing and my P&L isn't increasing with it. Like I'm not like going mad. There are periods of inactivity. Like the market's got to move. It's got to be zigzagging in a direction. It can't just be a straight line, because that's just bullshit. Like you haven't got a market of a straight line. So inactivity is one of those things. Like if the price is going against the direction in which you said it was going to be, then it has to by default. It's following the rules of what markets are about. So this is why I think having a contract with yourself and just this reminder of what the game is about, it gets your focus back into what's real instead of all the noise and chatter that your brain can conjure up at 4 a.m. Remaining, so I can read the beginning of the sentence. It's a long sentence with commas. I'll approach trading with a balanced, humble, long-term focus, being more realistic when it comes to the view of the markets, understanding there are periods of inactivity, remaining resilient in the face of challenges. So the face of challenges includes having an open position during periods of inactivity where you're not getting that validation from the market that you did the right thing. I commit to maintaining a calm demeanor, staying adequately aware, which is quite a key, and responding to market conditions with a clear state of mind. All right, so being tired is included in that. Maybe having a beer or a glass of wine to calm your nerves at dinner, or whatever the case would be. Having a clear state of mind is imperative, because if you're adjusting your stop loss out of fear and you put in the wrong number and you're tired and the stop loss that goes in is wrong, and let's say for example there's just an unexpected wick that goes down or a transition on the lower frame that needs to happen then go back up again, and you get stopped out of your trade for your trade to go ultimately to target anyway, you're gonna have a bad day. So rather take less, but know that you operated from a clear state of mind. Okay, I've just been to the forest. I'll speak about that in a second. So clear state of mind, very important. I will ensure that I'm always prepared, allowing myself to unwind. So the unwind part is very imperative. Like, again, I've had little sleep because my mind's just been on price action and stuff. And being able to unwind and maintain a realistic view of the market activities is crucial to your brain health, your overall state of being. And that all kind of is part and parcel to the success of being a trader who dominates. Okay, so number 2 is discipline. I will review charts and market conditions strategically, avoiding unnecessary complexity in my trading. So that's imperative. I'll get into that hopefully in this video or another one. I commit to honoring the trading process, which is imperative. Being patient with chart moves and setups, and respecting the time it takes to achieve true market understanding. Very, very crucial points. Guys, this is my one. Make your own one, or just take some inspiration from this if you like. But all of this is key. I've got years of, when I say experience, I've got years of having my ass handed to me, like really punched in the ribs, uppercutted on the chin by the market and by my trading and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm talking about experience. Like, I'm not here to say I've read a lot of books. Like, I've been in the laundry tumble, like, or being dunked by big waves on the shore break, just head up, feet smashed into the sand. Like, that's the experience I'm talking about. I'm not talking about I've read a lot of books. I'm talking about I've been there, done that. So this is important stuff. This is my, not Bible per se, but where I'm at after all of that. So you can fast track your process if you like. It's never a better teacher than experience, but this is some help from someone who's been there. Okay, number 3 is risk management. I will adopt a prudent approach to position sizing and trade frequency. All right, so that's not overtrading, ensuring each decision is made with rational thought. All right, so that also, again, it releases my shoulders, it unwinds my back. Pardon me. Because I was thinking about the burp I just made on the microphone. Unfortunately, where I'm sitting, like, there's oxygen that gets trapped somewhere. So I'm more focused on speaking than breathing, and that's what happens. So not to be rude. Ensuring each decision is made with rational thought. And again, that can happen from a clear state of mind, which comes from a place of proper discipline, proper patience, a proper understanding of the market. In terms of risk management, I'll monitor trades with discipline. Okay, so this is something I'm working on at the moment. Not overlooking, not having my phone next to me, that little white light from the charts burning my retina because I keep on waiting for something to happen, and so on and so forth. Like, it's operating from discipline, and that's something that I'm communicating with now because I've pretty much found a way on how I can manage that for myself. So maybe that works for you, and I'll share that with you in a bit. Closing positions in accordance with my strategic plan rather than emotional impulses. Guys, I can tell you, when this P&L went over $1 million, okay, I was ready to close. I was ready to close even before that, to be honest with you, because, like, what's wrong with doubling your money? So everyone gets $100,000 for this trade challenge that I've entered for the Leap, which is, like, I guess, a marketing exercise or whatever the case is for TradingView. I never wanted to, like, aim for the win because I've got a family. I just haven't got the time to dedicate to that sort of thing. However, I'm having a bit of fun with it, right? But there's a huge difference. What I'm trying to say is that when they give you 100,000 and your P&L is 200,000, that's a good enough time to close, right? Then it gets to 400,000, 800,000, over $1 million. That's a good enough time to close. But because I held out, and I'm still holding out, it's gone up to, oh, come on, click, drag. Nope, click, drag. There we go. It's gone up to, at one point, 2.2 million. I was actually high. It was 2.4 million, but I kind of started feeling bad for sending through all of the P&L updates. And holding that is hard when you are wrestling emotional impulses, and especially when you tell your wife, "Hey, guess what? I've got 1.2 million on the P&L. Oh, close it. Stay open." It goes to 2.4, 2.5 million, and that's the emotional thing. I'll get into how I actually have handled it and I kept it open, but it's a huge part. It's a huge part of dealing with uncertainty, doubt, short cutting yourself, selling out too early unnecessarily, and so on. And that's where a good strategy comes in. And that's why I'm so grateful to all the gods that I've got MTOPS. The next one is emotional and physical well-being. I pledge to maintain emotional stability, which I get to in a moment about my experience in the forest, not allowing temporary feelings. And that's a very key attribute right there, temporary feelings of excitement and disappointment, because both of them are addictive drugs, to dictate my trading actions. Okay, man, I wish I could get this like tattooed on the inside of my forearm. Every time I go to the toilet, just like recap, you know what I mean? Thankfully, we got a phone, actually. Maybe I should get a wrist strap on my phone, a lot less pain. I'll remain satisfied with wins and accept losses as a part of the trading process. Absolutely paramount. Focusing on fair outcomes, on long-term goals. And this really is almost acted like a mantra. I was like a therapist. So yeah, section 5 is the commitments. By signing, which I digitally signed for some reason and saved properly, I commit to adhering to the terms of this contract, fully aware that my adherence to these principles is crucial to my success as a trader. This is a huge win for me. This contract, and again, it's the first time I've done it in 6 years, has really helped a lot in many ways. It's the difference between closing for doubling the money to 200,000 to now seeing what my P&L looks like at 2.5 million, right? And so on and so forth. And yeah, it's okay that it's gone down as well. And why is it okay that it's gone down? Well, going back to some of the contract attributes of being in the forest, I needed to take some time out because my daughter was up at 4 a.m. Everyone was restless. There's a whole bunch of energies happening, university, manja. And I just needed to get my head straight. So I went into the indigenous forest with like organic, authentic, with running rivers, and just put my feet in there, and it was like went quiet, and I just said, universe, teach me, like, what is it that I need to adapt or embody whilst I'm here on the markets. And it gave me quite a beautiful lesson, and that was to, I'm just rereading it so I don't paraphrase incorrectly. So the masters of whoever shared this information with me said, when applying gratitude, I guess I should take it a step back. How to nullify and squash fear. Again, like watching this over here, going from 2.4 million down to 1.5 million. How to eradicate that fear is to fight it head on with gratitude. And sure, this is mystical, heebie-jeebie stuff, but MTOPS is mystical, so I want to lean into the mystical, and there will be guys who resonate with this. So to squash fear, gratitude is the answer. And I went further to say, universal teachers, show me what gratitude looks like, because I can't just write thank you notes all day and just be like, thank you that I have a computer, thank you for I have internet, thank you for I've got the markets and all this, the knowledge to trade the markets. Like, you say that enough times, it started to sound like regurgitated bullshit. You know what I mean? So I wanted the universe to show me, like, how do you get true blissful gratitude? And what they taught me was to unfocus my eyes so that you get like almost like a blurred out 180-degree peripheral vision. And in that, appreciate every individual element as well as the collective element within that environment, right? So if I kind of zoom out sort of thing, I've got so much dead shit in my office, to be honest with you. So that's why I recommend actually doing this out in nature, and just being appreciative of every individual element of it, including, well, specifically the light energy in every leaf, everything, every branch, every tree, every animal, everything. Just genuinely connect to the love energy, the light energy, and appreciation of that within all elements of that frame, and then appreciate their individuality and their togetherness. And those keywords, it wasn't like just give grace to the collective or whatever spiritual mumbo jumbo we get on the internet. It's for me in particular, it was appreciating the individual light and love and the creation being inside that, and then also the togetherness of all the individual lights inside that frame. And I did that, and I realized that by accepting this my about and appreciation is always available. So to nullify the shitty feeling of trying to impulsively close a trade or whatever, I just remain grateful for anything, grateful for 1.5 million, fuck the 2.4 million, and through gratitude, gifts get given. And that's it for today's show. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Ciao for now.